Interesting fact about the last word, when it was first made, it was only 35 cents. Hi, I'm Josh Varna. I'm brand ambassador for Spirits, the platform, and Spirits Academy. And today I'm going to be talking about the last word. The last word, it's a wonderful equal parts drink using maraschino, lime juice, gin, and of course, green chartreuse. It was originally made and printed in a Detroit Athletic Club menu that went out to its members in their magazine. It didn't have a price on it, it didn't have the recipe on it, it just had a picture of the drink and it said last word. And when you went in, they found out it was 35 cents and it was the last drink of the night. It is just one of those drinks. It's a beautiful drink. Wonderfully balanced for something that's equal parts and heavy on the alcohol. Low ABV, this is not it. It plays off wonderfully with the spice notes and herbaceous notes of chartreuse, the juniper aspects of gin, the citrus and the oiliness of the lime juice, and of course that fruity aspect of the maraschino. Yeah, these cherries down here. So these are maraschino cherries. They're in a wonderfully deep, rich spirit of syrup and sugar. They're just kind of fermented for a long period of time. There is a big difference between those and glazed cherries. Look, don't get me wrong, the 80s was a good time. I like glazed cherries, but these ones are absolutely beautiful. And they really make the drink because over time, that little bit of sweetness, the tartness of the cherry do come out into the drink. If you're like myself or like yourself, one and done is usually it, but it's usually done in a couple of mouthfuls. What'd you say? It's the alchemy that gets you. Murray Stenson made it popular at the Zigzag Club, Zigzag Cafe in 2003. That's when it really became a mainstream cocktail. Before that, it was one of those cocktails that was just kind of lost to the ages, deep in a cocktail book that maybe only certain bartenders would wear, ones with twirly mustaches, flat caps, suspenders, talk about bathtub gin a lot. But it slowly made it out into the mainstream again. It was a big use of chartreuse, which was something that I don't think we were really expecting at the time. The wonderful thing about chartreuse is that it's made at a monastery in France and during lockdown, but a lot of people found chartreuse out that way. And now that we're all back in bars and restaurants, people are trying to taking that love back to bars and restaurants. The wonderful thing about chartreuse is that it's made by some old monks that don't really want to work any harder just because the world's now discovering chartreuse. So they're going to keep working at the same pace and we will just have to wait as we get it. It's just high ABV, so much herbs, and yet in this drink, it is just wonderfully balanced. Boom, look at that. That's flair. The gin that we chose to use for the last word is The Botanist. It's an Isla Dry gin. It's heavy in its botanicals. It's 22 wild forage picked botanicals on top of your 9 core botanicals. And what that means is we're kind of bonding a lot of herbs from the chartreuse to some of the wild grown botanicals that are on Isla. So just boosting up that herbaceous notes inside the drink. And because it's a London dry style, it doesn't bring a lot of sweetness to the drink as chartreuse is already so sweet as it is. And yeah, it's equal parts maraschino, which is pretty impressive because in previous videos, we've talked about just adding a bar spoon. A little bit does go a long way. It is classified as a fruit liqueur. It is definitely heavy on the cherry flavor, but without it, you would know it was definitely missing, that's for sure. It has such an iconic taste and iconic flavor that when you go without it, you definitely know that someone's messed up and can't read a spec sheet. Best time to drink a last word, 1605, definitely 16th of May, chartreuse. It's the day that we celebrate chartreuse and everything that's great about it, but also any other day after that personally. It's a fantastic drink, refreshing, clean, crisp, very herbaceous. So if you're looking to try something a little bit different in your drinks, if you're looking to explore herbaceous drinks, it's a great time.